on my screen, I am actually in Teams. Teams, the application, and down the left-hand side, you have a OneDrive icon. If you don't see that, go to your apps and view more apps here, and you should be able to pull that through. Now, looking at your OneDrive, there is some useful features. I can just create a new file from here, but I may want to decide where I'm going to save that before I create a new one. So I go to My Files. Home just shows you your recent files, and also you can filter down by application or even a person. So if I type in Richard, for example, it would come up with some of Richard's. So in here, we have got the home, and then My Files will take you into your folders. Now, some of these folders you may create yourself, and other folders are created for you, like the Microsoft CoPilot chat files, OneNote loop files, recordings, files. There are folders in here which are created by the system. You'll be able to see when you created them and how many files, and also if it's private to you or if it is shared with somebody else. You'll also be able to see any folders that are in SharePoint or Teams that you have pressed the shortcut to OneDrive button. And you can tell these along here that you are actually accessing those files from a link from a Teams or SharePoint site. When you look in here, you can create new folders. So I'm just going to put training folder, OneDrive. You can create them with colors. We can have our favorite orange, and that is in here. It's private to me, and you can click the three dots. There's two options in here. We can either share it with somebody to share all the documents in it, or we can ask somebody to upload files in there. So you use it as a transfer service where people upload files into your location. Just sharing it to start with, you can share a folder or you can share files within a folder. So I'm just going to put Rebecca in here, and I'm going to just put test share link. Now, when you do that, how am I sharing it? I am sharing it as edit or as view. I may not want her to download things in here, but in this case, yes, it's happy that I want to be able to do that. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to send that in there. Now, if I was sending a link to somebody, I can go to my link settings, because the link is really useful for making sure that we're sending it with the right permissions. So I only want to send it with people existing access. If I'm sending it to Rebecca, I might want to open up the permissions to anybody, or I might want to put other specific people on here with a link. You can edit, you can stop download again, etc. But do watch how you are sharing. When you go in there, you create new documents if you want to, or you can upload them. If I create a document, by default, it will open up and I can open it and create my document. What I like about doing this is that it's automatically saved in the right location. I won't worry about anything else for a moment. I'll just close that down and I will have my file in there. So obviously I was going to recreate it. So my OneDrive training file is there. If you've got CoPilot, you can carry on with your CoPilot actions, and I can mark it a favorite. Now, marking a document a favorite, as you can see on the left-hand side, I can actually look at all my favorites, and there it is at the top there. So making something a favorite can save you time when you maybe have your main 20 files that you work with. You can just go to favorites. Something else about OneDrive is that you can click on shared, and that will show you everything that has been shared with you, and then by me. So you can go to these two instead of having to find in an email something that has been shared. Anything you delete goes in the recycle bin, and you can delete it after so many days. But I think this is a real key functionality that is in here, because if I'm trying to find a document relating to somebody in my team, I can literally go to people, and I can just go through anybody and find the documents relating to those people. I can go to meetings and have it all organized by meeting, and I can literally just look at my media. So use these options, they save you time. And of course, we have our search functionality up at the top here, where we can search all the documents in our OneDrive. It will look across. And don't forget, it doesn't just look there, it will look all the way through, and it will include the document text. It's not just the name of the document, it's anywhere that document has got that wording in it. So do use that, really useful. And as a reminder, when you look at your OneDrive, this is looking at OneDrive in the app. This is just going into your Office application, your 9 dots, but everything is laid out exactly the same as it is when you are in your team. So whichever way you look at your OneDrive app, everything is laid out the same. Now, we do have a lot of people who still use their File Explorer. It can be useful in some instances, but try and move away from it because you lose some of the functionality. The main reasons that people would want to have it set up in their File Explorer is just because it's the way they've always worked, or because maybe you want to attach attachments. And really these days you should be sending links to files rather than attaching it. So this is just the same information split out into all my different folders in here, and I can really just have a look and see all my documents in here in exactly the same way. So I just have my files in here, and that would be the same as they are in my OneDrive. The functionality you've got in here is not quite as extensive as accessing it through the actual browser. So yes, if you want to use it for attachments, potentially, or if you're linking to another program, potentially, but otherwise try your cloud-based OneDrive app. It's really got a lot of useful functionality, and you're saving files directly in the source. You can save OneDrive app on your phone, on your tablet, and access your documents anywhere you go. See you next time.